You say that stress can be measured. This is one thing. Second thing, you can actually see it on the screen.
Yes,
Can
yes,
you?
I am a stress reduction coach, a burnout expert, working all over the world. Well, people always ask me, like, why did you start working with stress? Well, I had the opportunity to be in a burnout 3 times. I did
Okay. So, hello there, all of you amazing souls are subscribers of Monday Talks or yet to subscribe. Welcome back to another accelerating episode of Monday Talks. Monday Talks is where we bring not just interviews, we bring great minds and they share their even greater stories. I am Daniel Tokal, your host for today, and we have a true luminary among us. Please put your hands together to Carla Jansen Van Rosendaal. True.
Yep, the most difficult name to pronounce for English-speaking people or other languages. Yes, but it's right, Carla.
Amazing. Okay, before we start and dive in this treasure of trove of wisdom, here's a little something from the heart. You all know that every subscription, every like, every share means the world to us. It's not about numbers, it's all about incredible community we're building together, a knowledge that we spread all over the world. So if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe to our channel and drop a like and share if you like it with your friends. It's more than just support. It's a journey. We're taking it together. And alrighty, let's get started by saying, who is Carla?
Well, Carla is a 63-year-old lady that loves life.
No
And
way. No way.
yes, I do. Yes, I am. And
Okay.
yes, I am a stress reduction coach, a burnout expert, working all over the world because well, we have online, we have all ways to work all over the world. And luckily, because stress is so huge these days. And well, people always ask me, like, why did you start working with stress? Well, I had the opportunity to be in a burnout 3 times. I did a very
Oh,
good job in that. Yes, I did it very well. Well, the
I
first two
thought
times, say
I
that,
thought
what?
it was two.
No, did 3 times. 2 times I didn't, well, didn't take the right action, let's say it that way.
Hmm.
I was told to take it easy and do fun things. Well, I was a single mom with 2 kids with an extra attention disorder. Taking it easy, yes, that's an utopia. So that's not working. So the third time hit me, and I thought, like, I need to do something deeper than that. I have a history of being a nurse, an RN, and in the US also. And by the way, I am from the Netherlands. That's where I live now
Hmm.
also. But I did live in the US for a couple of years. And I also have a background of a psychotherapist working with the body, bioenergetic therapist. So I thought I knew quite a bit about the body and the mind, but I just did not know, how do I get 3 times into a burnout and not being able to get out. And
Hmm.
that's where I encountered heart coherence. And heart coherence is a specified stress reduction method, which makes stress visible on a screen. Well, that's where it hits.
That's the question I want to jump in. I cannot start it. I'm so excited about it. I will start with this question, really. I'm so excited to start with this question. It was my trigger, actually, to chase for this interview. You say that stress can be measured. This is one thing. Second thing, you can actually see it on the screen.
Yes.
Can you tell us how is that possible?
Well, there are actually different ways even to measure it and see it on a screen. And that's where we luckily have lots of scientists for who develop things that we can use for this. The first thing is the heart coherence, that the stress is been made visible in the heart rhythm. because that's where the first place where stress starts. And that actually has then all the effects on the rest of your body. So it instantly shows you right at the moment, like, where is your level of stress? And while you do a certain exercise, you can literally see on the screen how stress decreases. So there is no hiding anymore. There is no saying like, oh, it's not there, I don't feel it. Because the problem is we don't feel stress anymore. It's we all say like, I'm relaxed. Well, even when you feel relaxed, stress can be sky high in your body, but you're not aware of it anymore. And that's the biggest problems nowadays. So I was very happy with my screen. It's confronting, yes, but at least I knew this is what is. And if I do the exercise, I can see literally if I do it right, yes or no. And doing it that way and doing it a lot, I was addicted to it. 3 times a day for half an hour, I did my
Mm.
exercises. I mean, it felt like having drugs. It felt so great. I finally, after 8 years, I felt again like what real relaxation felt like. So, and the biggest thing, Daniel, is that within 1.5 months, I was out of an 8-year-long burnout.
8 years.
Yeah, I was in it for 8 years. I figured it out then. So, and usually it takes 1 to 2 years to get out. And I was kind of like, how is that possible? 1.5 months. Of course, I used my own mindset stuff, etc., because I was a therapist, so I can do a little bit more than just the exercises. But I needed to understand. So I did the education, I learned about stress, and what I learned, what the most influence has, are our thoughts. Our
Hmm.
thoughts are huge when it comes down to stress and the stress reaction in your body. Because when you think something you don't like, your feeling goes right away into a not nice feeling. And that is where stress will start right away in your body. And it's visible in the heart rhythm then. So I started working as a stress coach, and during my path, developing more, learning more about stress, I encountered quantum technology that measures stress, even
Hmm.
a lot deeper and a lot more, even up till DNA level, and that shows it on the screen as well.
Hmm.
Well,
Tell us more about that. We need to see something on screen. It's like, is it like, if I measure it, I can see it in red or green, or how is my
yes,
stress levels doing?
yeah, it's well. Let me first tell a little bit about it while I'll search for a visible thing for that.
Hmm.
Um, Quantum, it's technology. It's already 50 years of developing. It started in the US for the high level in the military. Then it got, in not a very nice way, it got to Russia. It's still used in the cosmonaut program, so it's not like Lala material, but it's then after a while it was brought to the to Germany after the fall of the Berlin Wall. And that is where they developed it even more and more. It's a $1 billion project, even.
Hmm.
And
Is it same like the lying indicator that they measure your pulse and your reactions and everything? You don't know, they know that you're lying or something like that.
no, this goes much deeper than that, even.
All
It
right.
goes much deeper than that. It is actually, it's measuring the smallest particles of energy.
Ah,
We are just energy. If you would put a piece of yourself or something on a phone or whatever, you put it under a microscope and they go deeper, 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 deeper. At the end, they only see moving energy, frequencies.
hmm.
And that is quantum. Quantum says
Ah,
everything is energy. And it's possible to measure that frequency. Everything has its frequency, like a radio station. If you put a
hmm.
radio station, earlier days we had these
Yeah.
knobs to turn, and you would put it on like 100 FM, you would get a certain music. Well, I don't see a drummer or a guitarist or a singer. but it's all there. It comes out of the radio. But turn it on 104, you get different music. So, and that is all frequencies. Our phone, I mean, if I would call you on another place in the world, I see your face, I hear your voice instantly. It's all energy frequencies. And this quantum technology measures the frequencies in your body. And you know what the greatest part is, Daniel? It shows where it's out of balance. It shows you what is the reason. Is it food that's not really
Oh,
matching your energy? Is it radiation that some cells are not okay with radiation? But the best part, and that's what I work most with, what belief out of which time of your life is now active and makes it out of balance, the energy, and makes that you are not doing what you want to do.
oh,
I love your
oh.
face. I always see that face when I tell that.
Amazing.
It's really amazing. I mean, everybody I scan, they in the beginning go like,
Huh?
huh? They're yeah, they're really flabbergasted. That's the word we hear most. So and that technology is existing basically already for 50 years, and it's also available for like the regular people, let's say that, like you and me. And like 12 years ago here in the Netherlands, one coach, Daniel Zavrel, he started to develop a whole coaching program on that. And so I did that education 8 years ago. And since then, I'm scanning people. And since 2.5 years, since COVID hit, they developed also, the makers of the technology, they developed a way to do it online.
Oh
So
my
I can,
goodness. Oh my
yep.
goodness. Zoom can
So
help you
yeah,
scan me for stresses.
I would be able to scan you, right? And you'll see it instantly, everything happening on the screen. And up till, if I would like to, up till your DNA level, and what are the beliefs, what are the blockages, what is happening in your body, what tendency of disease can you even develop? Because I don't know, did you know that stress is underneath basically every disease?
That's my next question was.
Yeah.
When you said stress is the start of most diseases, and someone says stress is good, how do you reply to this debate? How do you react to that?
Well, there stress, we need the stress hormones. We need them. We won't even wake up without, like, let's say cortisol, which is a stress hormone. We don't wake up with that, and we need that to get ready to give like a presentation or to run or things like that. But we need a certain level of stress hormones, but they also need to be in balance with the relaxing hormones. I always use like the example of a car. We have the gas and we have the brake. Let's
Hmm.
say the gas are the stress hormones and the brakes are the relaxing hormones. Well, if you go drive from A to B, you might have traffic lights, you might have like the highway, like the small roads, and every time you play with both of those pedals. And if you
Hmm.
do that smoothly, the way that is, a little bit more gas there, a little brake there, or full brake, or even more gas, then smoothly you get from A to B. Our body
Hmm.
is no different. Our body is actually the same as a car.
You're
We have,
assuming you're assuming I can control my own stress. Is it?
yes, yes, completely. You
But
can
sometimes I
control your
surrender.
own stress. Well, you have to learn it. It's
Hmm.
only learning by doing certain exercises. Then you learn to decrease stress instantly within a minute, wherever you are and whatever you do. You don't have to go
Hmm.
to the bathroom for 5 minutes. You can do it instantly. I can do it as long as I'm not talking, sleeping, or eating. I can decrease my stress. Even if I would listen to you for like a minute, in that minute, I can decrease my stress. You won't even see it, you won't know it, and I'm still doing it.
Oh. You are pretty much skilled and practiced for that.
Yes,
So
well,
being
I have
yourself,
12 years.
yeah, you said you've been burned out 3 times,
Yes,
right? So you have lessons you have learned.
definitely.
Um, and can we have this bit of glimpse of touch there to give advice to people who are living the burnout now right now? What is what was your lessons you learned out of these 3 experiences?
Well, my biggest lesson was that we have to decrease stress the rest of our life. We are living in a society, there is so many stressors all the time. So that's number one. We always have to do something on stress reduction. And I'm not talking about relaxation, doing fun things, because the HeartMath Institute in California showed already that even though we do fun things, our brain, our thoughts keep going, and they can still have like a full stress reaction in your body. So that was my second lesson. My thoughts control everything. But the thing is that most of the thoughts, 95%, are unconscious. And we
Hmm.
repeat it. We have like 60 to 80 thoughts a day, 60 to 80,000, sorry, quite a
Hmm.
difference, a
Hmm.
day, just a little bit.
Big difference.
So, and most of those thoughts are repetitive, and we thought them yesterday and the day before, and they are linked to our unconscious beliefs that we
Hmm.
even already get on DNA level.
Hmm.
We get like 30,000 different beliefs around when we get born. And because we believe that, we live that way. And that's Bruce Lipton. He said he's the man of the epigenetics. We can change our DNA by changing our beliefs. And that's
Hmm.
why the quantum technology is so great, because 95% is unconscious. And this technology shows you right away what beliefs are now at this moment in your way and blocking you.
Here's the question. Stress, we agree, it's everywhere, right?
Yes.
And we live the challenge of everyday stress and we embrace it or we adapt to it. But the question is, we know stress can affect decisions, right? But can the stress affect my beliefs?
Yes, definitely. Well, it doesn't affect it in such a way, and that is how the brain works, that if we are relaxed, we have more control of what we think. If we are not relaxed, if we are in a stress reaction, then the function of our brain, because there's less blood flow, will decrease. And then automatically we go deeper into, we have an emotional memory. It's called the amygdala. And then easily we go into that amygdala, go to all those unconscious beliefs, and they're usually not the positive ones that we straight away go into.
Hmm.
And by knowing what unconscious beliefs are blocking, we can consciously change those around.
You mean the mind might go work on the AI mode, artificial intelligence, if it
Yeah,
is
that's
unconscious?
yeah, you can say I love that. I love that when you say basically we have our own personal AI that we go deeply into in
Yeah,
times of
right.
stress. Yep, yep. I love that. I love that. Great. So
Okay,
yeah, we did. Yeah, go ahead.
here's one more question. Just like before we wrap it up, because the time is running. How do you manage your own, Carla? How do you manage your own stress on daily level?
Daily level, I do every day my heart coherence,
Hmm.
the stress reduction method. And every month, 2 weeks to a month, I do a scan on myself so I can see exactly what organs, where everything is in or out of balance. And I search like, hey, what are my beliefs at the moment that I need to work with so I can decrease that imbalance again. So what
So it's not
psycho-emotional
having
patterns?
fun or enforcing fun in your life to get stress relief. It's not. It's
Well,
not.
let's say when I really decrease my stress, I will have fun anyway, more fun, because I can see and feel the fun. I get those fun ideas. I'm creative to go and search for fun. My relationships, the way I talk to people, is much more fun because I am more relaxed. So the base is decrease that stress and decrease those unconscious blocking beliefs. And then you will have more fun. You start thinking more positive anyway, easier. So more fun will
Okay.
go that way anyway. So yeah.
Um, I have curiosity about some post you have posted recently about two trips you spent in one in US for 2 months and one in the world for 2 years, and you didn't have to work through that time. How did you manage to do that?
Well, that is a while ago that I went through the world and a couple of months in around. That is in the time that I was a lot younger and did not have kids yet. And that is also creation, because we had no money. And I said, like, we tried like 3 times and we lost all the money and then could not go. We were on the verge to go. We gave up work, we gave up our house, and then the trip did not go. So we had to search again. The third of the fourth time, I said, like, whatever happens, we are going, whether it's 2 months or 2 years, I don't care, but we are going. And that's where my mind, and I wasn't aware of that at that time. I learned that later, but I did put my mind on, it's going to happen. Nothing else is going to come in between. It's going to happen this time. And somehow things came on our path that within half year, we had like $20,000 to go on that trip. It all worked out because, and that's where I learned my lesson, like, wait a minute, if I set my mind to it, I believe it and I trust it fully, things come on my path. And I'm open to see those things and grab them and do something with it. So within half a year, I had everything ready and we could go on a 2-world trip around the world without working, just having fun.
Wow. Oh, wow. Okay, let's wrap it up by this small story. Let's say, if you measure like your passion being helping those people who are burned out or living this
Yeah.
is like we would love to hear a story that made a difference. You have managed to make a difference to someone who has been there.
Well, yeah, that's really nice. I love this story. It's from a client of mine. She was a mom, or she still's mom, but she's a mom and she had her own company. And she came with me totally burned out, no energy, kids always yelling, kids were taking over the house. She would not set any borders to that, although she thought it was. But I mean, everybody, even her clients, would ask things from her and she couldn't say no from that. Her earnings weren't that much because she couldn't handle basically everything anymore. She couldn't work enough anymore. The relationship with her husband wasn't really fun anymore. I mean, it was okay, but there a
Yeah.
lot of trouble. So we started working together. And first of all, I taught her the heart coherence, because I could see as well in the results of her heart coherence as in the scan that she literally was burned out. Because sometimes people, the body is not burned out, but it's a burnout in the mind. We can see the difference in there. But she was literally in her body burned out. So we started heart coherence. She was very, very enthusiastic. So she was also into doing it a lot. And she started already feeling more relaxed within 2 weeks. Then in the scan, we saw that she didn't dare to take up space in her life. And that came from a deep DNA program. We had some other beliefs that came out, like not being strong enough, not able to voice things, to say what she wanted to say. So we had several things, and we could pinpoint that right away from the start. So we could start working really deep from the start at the real core issues that were there. And she really did whatever I asked her to do on exercises. We also use like tapping. I don't know if you know what tapping is, the EFT. And so we had different things. And within, I think, a month already, she started to set boundaries with her kids. And so they had a lot more fun. She was the mom again. The relationship, the talking went a lot better. So the relationship really went a lot easier and nicer. The love could, how do you say that, bloom up again. I
Oh,
don't know if that's an English expression, but that's how we say it
beautifully,
here in Holland.
beautifully expressed, really.
Yeah, and that, well, she also started to set boundaries to the clients, and it's like, hey, what do I actually like in my work and what do I not like? Because I'm not only working on the personal and family stuff, but also on the business then. And so it was like, hey, that kind of clients, I don't want it anymore. I'm setting more boundaries. So within like 2 months, she was also in her business, she was growing because she started to do what she liked. And that was, there were some different things in that. So,
Hmm.
and then within like, we worked together for half a year and she had a blooming business. Even in COVID time, she could still increase her business with that. And of course, we had to be home a lot more, but because she had so much better relationship with her kids, they had a lot more fun with that.
Hmm.
So she really felt like her life has changed, and that she would, whatever challenge came, she felt relaxed with it and she could find solutions quicker
And
and be more creative.
how long would that stick to her? She has to keep practicing something, or was
She
she
still does the
fine?
hard, yeah, she still does the hardcore and she learned also that we are living in a society. I mean, it's not only society, it's not the food of the food we have in our brain, like the thoughts. What do we feed our brain with? But it's also the food that we have. I mean, the sky, what's all in the sky on pollution stuff, all that she knows a lot more. She needs to decrease her stress so her body can fight all that influence, all those stressors a lot easier. So she
Hmm.
keeps doing her heart coherence with that. And then with the beliefs that we worked on to change that around, she also learned how to change her own beliefs that she finds out are coming in and blocking her. She knows how to deal with them to turn that around again into a positive one. So she's
Brilliant
still
work.
blooming.
Brilliant. That's brilliant. We would love to
It
meet
is.
her to talk about that story.
That would be possible. I don't know if she would like that. She's not a person who goes out that much, but you never know.
Okay, now you have the mic. Let's wrap it up with a tip or advice you address it to people about controlling their stress or the passion of like utilizing the right port of energy. It's the mic is yours. What would you like to say to the world?
Well, what I would like to say to the world, be aware of your thoughts. Be aware if your life is not going the way you want it, it's because you are sending that out. Because we always attract what we send out, like the radio. We are a radio station. So if there's something out in your life you do not like, it's you unconsciously attracting that. So be aware of that. Then the second is like, see if you can change your thoughts whenever you find out you're complaining, thinking negative, not trusting the things, not trusting yourself. You are all telling that yourself. So be aware of your thoughts and see if you can change them into positive, helping thoughts. And the third tip really would be stress reduction. Make do like the heart coherence. I mean, that's the only stress reduction method where stress is made visible. So you actually cannot think or want to think, oh, it's not there. It's there. You see it. So I think that's the best stress reduction method. Those would be
Well,
my tips.
ladies and gentlemen, on your behalf and mine, let's thank Carla for being a great guest with us today. And if you have any questions, I will leave a link so we can talk more, because there's a lot more to say about stress and how you can monitor it on screen and all that stuff. And you learn new stuff to control your life. Actually, that's called, I call it the journey of positivity. It's a passion that we're following. So thank you again, Carla, for really, let's say, spotting the light on our daily struggle with stress and how to control energy and all that stuff. Thank you again. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining this insightful episode of Monday Talks, where we great minds share great stories. Until next time, stay well and keep smiling. Bye, Carla. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you, Daniel. Bye.